Alright everyone, this is the first game in the semifinals of the AirMech Weekend 1v1 tournament, the third one on the books right now. It is going to be on a different custom map. It is Farpoint by Dissonant, so this is going to be interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, the last set of maps was Biohazard, and that was by Hawk
28 something 5?
I think 285. Either way, this time it is going to be on Farpoint by Dissonant. Overkill2142, your blue player on the left side in the classic Beppo striker, and his opponent Makuo, the green player on the right side in the Gothic Samson Paladin. Samson Paladin, interesting, they are both going for top.
This is interesting, both of them are going for top. However, Makuo has an advantage because not only are their creeps pathing directly there, but they do not have to go through a huge unit cluster to get there.
Right, and I'm a little surprised that Overkill chose to... Oh, and Makuo actually splitting focus. Makuo going for mid now, whereas Overkill is going pretty hard top.
So, Makuo could theoretically end up with control of both.
It could happen, obviously unlikely. Overkill with 3 levelers on the field, worth noting. 1 Seeker protecting his bottom left from harass from the Paladin.
However, temporarily secured that top outpost, and now, of course, Overkill's firing in pretty aggressively. I don't see Makuo holding on to this for long. However, he is using some hammer harass, bringing out a rebel.
Okay, so he might be okay. Every
rebel goes down,
and actually making some SAMs for this outpost.
And so far, he has been holding on, and he's not really killing anything. Going low himself.
Yeah. Might want to focus. Oh, low on health. Overkill did not transform properly, and Overkill able to get that finish. And,
unfortunately so.
Outpost going neutral. That will actually be pretty big for Overkill, with Dillos now going to power through. And does look like grabbing creeps will be able to grab that top outpost under his control, and Makuo just completely abandoning that top, now going straight for the mid-fight now.
That's right, and it looks like Makuo is going to be able to take that without too much trouble. Those T-45s and Armadillos are fairly soft targets, and they go down quickly, especially with how weak neutrals are.
It is kind of heavily defended compared to a lot of mids, though, and that Tesla Tower is super, super threatening, so Makuo needs to really... Oh.
Everybody knows that Gothic Teslas are OP.
I'm confused. Why did Makuo not stop?
It looks like Makuo is actually going to be going
just
for
went straight for a
suicide Y move. And Makuo is going to need to repath those if...
That's too many Dillos, man. That's way too many Dillos.
Yeah, that's going to be a wash.
Yeah, that's sort of suicidal. Yeah. Oh gosh.
And now Overkill is chasing.
Makuo abandoning and trying to salvage what he can, but Overkill chasing.
And Overkill has sent a small Dillo rush to Makuo's main.
Already at level 6, at 2 minutes and 39 seconds into the game, Makuo just has SAMs, needs to do whatever he can, but Overkill, as that striker, does have sword and extremely strong already. 2 Blaster Guardians out, and oh god.
Now, Dillos are being repositioned. Looks like that Longhorn's about to die, so this probably isn't going to end the game, but it's not looking too good for Makuo either.
It's very significant. Half health is a lot gone, especially before the 5-minute mark, and Overkill just continually doing drops.
And it looks like Overkill is shortly going to secure mid as well.
Very easily. I mean, it's completely clear. Does have that top outpost under his control. Makuo only with, the default
it's not
starting
completely
outposts.
clear. There is still 1 T-45 firing in, and it's going to slow things down a little bit, probably defeating this wave, keeping this from being a total capture.
Yeah, probably just needs to drop 1 Dillo or something, shoot in a little bit, and he'd be easily able to clear that. But this actually, there's a a moderate rebel force over here for Makuo. What will Makuo choose to do with that?
And if Makuo is smart, I believe that they're going to just be shoving into that middle.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. The Dillos, no, where did those other Dillos go for
the Dillos are actually on the very top of the map.
Yeah, that's where
on that top neutral.
18 to 24.
And that's all that's left.
Makuo actually has the unit upkeep advantage, although it's like in Rebels and like random SAMs here. So SAMs, you can't really weigh the strength of each unit upkeep.
No, you cannot weigh a SAM against a Rebel or an Armadillo. The Armadillo is definitely stronger, if more expensive.
Yeah, and right now, okay, Overkill now moving those Dillos out.
What? The push is splitting.
I'm not really sure what command was set there. Interesting, but now Makuo going
they've gotten themselves together.
Yeah, Makuo going for mid. Overkill has actually a pretty moderate-sized force of Dillos coming from mid also, but Makuo's force is definitely bigger and will overwhelm.
That's right. And additionally, Makuo does have that defensive aura, which against the raw, you know, armadillos are a very DPS efficient, if not health efficient unit. So having that defensive aura, which did recently get buffed, I believe, should work in Makuo's advantage.
And I'd like to see how much that buff actually came into play. Makuo almost getting finished off by Overkill, but taking you know, refuge in that big unit cluster right there, able to avoid
However,
death.
it would do Makuo well to heal up.
Makuo can actually push to the bottom, which is completely unguarded. Overkill's bottom outpost. But Overkill now moving out with his Zillows. Oh, to the fort. This is going to be a fort kill. This is going to end the game.
This is going to end it.
Makuo doesn't even see this.
Makuo even responds.
Yeah, Makuo doesn't even see this happening right now. That's too many Dillos. That's going to be almost insta-death.
And that is a cheap, if efficient, way to finish this off.
Yes.
Makuo just flying above it, knowing there's nothing that they can do.
I think one thing to note about this map is the neutrals might want to be a little bit heavier in specific points and maybe a little bit lighter in other points. But that was a very, very interesting approach by Overkill, going top first, which I did not see coming at all during our our review of these maps.
That's right.
All right, guys. So we will move on to the next game in the semifinals, which I believe is Tihada Voda versus Frisky Cow. Stay tuned.